The emergence of Zohran Mamdani as the leading candidate for mayor of New York City ought to be ringing alarm bells. I could sit here and talk about the fact that this individual has risen to such prominence, and I could criticize the fact that American Jewry saw his emergence, essentially has proven completely ineffective at finding, unearthing, uncovering, and propelling forward a potent candidate to preserve the very positive Jewish life that has been the state of play to this point in New York. That's a conversation that I believe the New York Jewish community should be having within itself at this time. But there's something else at play here. A lot of people fail to see that there's a mirroring of the aftermath of October the 7th, and there's also a mirroring in terms of the inability of Israel to anticipate the threats coming towards it, and the inability of diaspora Jewry to anticipate the threats that were coming towards them. Now, the distinction between the two is that once we had paid the dreadful price of that day, we in Israel were able to arm up, rally our troops, and go and push back against the enemy. Diaspora Jewry has failed to demonstrate that it can do so, and the Mamdani candidacy is emblematic of that reality. Jew hatred had always been latent. It came unmasked after October the 7th because the anti-Semites in the United States of America looked on at the massacre against Israel and Israelis, and they reasoned, if the Jewish state is vulnerable, perhaps the Jewish community here in the United States is equally vulnerable. That's problematic in and of itself, but what really ought to be disturbing to everybody is not that the anti-Semites have now uncovered themselves. What's much more concerning is that they have learned, as a consequence of their anti-Semitic actions largely going without any real punishment, is that they can wield their Jew hatred and they will face absolutely no penalty. And what Mamdani's candidacy shows, not only do you evade punishment if you deal in Jew hatred, but you may actually be rewarded by becoming the mayor of New York City. And that is a terrible new normal